Right now is the garage. So we have 3 full-size carpets with our yoga mats, and then I'm also sitting on a yoga blanket just on the very tips of my hips so that my hips are actually tipping forward, making my spine nice and straight. And you'll notice Derek kind of does his own thing, but we've been practicing now for over a year, so we kind of just go with the flow. So find your very comfortable, easy pose. If you would inhale your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale, roll one down the back, elbows hug the side body, palms can be face down or face up, your choice. Tucking the chin in about a 1/2 inch, just making space between the neck and the occiput. Closing the eyes gently here. Just noticing your choice of breath. Allowing your right hand to go to your heart, your left hand to your belly button. Taking a deep inhale, filling up your belly, letting the air rise all the way through the diaphragm to your heart. Hold it there. Exhale, letting the air exit all the way down until that left hand collapses. Inhale, filling up that belly again, letting the air rise all the way up, filling bottom to top, emptying top to bottom. Continuing the 3-part breath for 4 more rounds at your own pace. Knowing the 3-part breath is said to massage the heart, calm the temper, and to cool the mind. Once you're complete, allowing your hands to gently flow to your thighs where we first began. Whenever you complete, possibly allowing the eyes to flutter open. If you notice, I'm going to be mirroring all of you because I am a public school teacher, but I do teach yoga and Pilates and just all different modalities. So I mirror. Derek is a participant, so he will be just following my instruction. So we'll be doing it 2 different ways. If you want to mirror me or if you feel more comfortable watching him, it's totally up to you. All right, if you would allow the backs of your hands to touch the mat beside your hips, inhale the arms out and up, fully inhaling, letting the hands connect up top, exhale down through our heart center. Again, backs of the hands touch the mat, inhale out and up, exhale down. And one more time, inhale out and up. This time holding the hands apart as if you're holding a block. And we inhale, fully extending and twisting to the left. So reaching the left hand behind the hips, right hand on that left knee, and looking over the left shoulder. Using the right hand to guide you. Holding that pose, inhaling just the gaze ahead. So inhale, looking forward. Exhale, looking back, twisting a little further. Inhale, the arms and torso back up, fully extending and twisting to the right this time. Right hand behind the hips, left hand on that right knee, looking over the right shoulder. Holding the pose, inhaling just the gaze forward. Exhale, looking behind. Inhaling the arms and torso back up, fully extending and twisting to the left again. Left hand behind the hips, right hand on that left knee. Maybe going a little bit further. Never forcing, just guiding. Holding the pose, inhaling the gaze forward. Exhale, looking behind. Inhale, arms and torso back up. Fully extending, twisting to the right. One last time, right hand behind the hips, left hand on that right knee. Anytime we're twisting, we're detoxing the body. Holding the pose, inhale the gaze ahead. Exhale, twist back. Inhale, arms and torso back up. Allowing the hands to connect up top, exhale down through heart center. And rocking up on into your hands and knees, into your tabletop. Tabletop is just on your hands and knees. And we'll try and move so you can see both of us in the practice, which might be difficult. So you can do a modification and put a blanket underneath your knees. If you have any sort of knee issues, you want your shoulders to be directly underneath, or your wrists directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Gaze is ahead, letting the neck be nice and strong. On the inhale, dropping the belly, raising the crown and tailbone up. Exhale, shifting that spine up toward the ceiling, almost like your third eye and your pelvis are going to touch. Inhale, dropping the belly to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Going through 4 more rounds at your own pace, meeting me at tabletop when you're complete. All right, at tabletop, let's inhale the right leg up behind us, trying to keep the hips parallel to the floor, flexing that right foot, feeling nice and balanced, allowing the left hand to drift up in front. Left palm is facing midline like you're shaking somebody's hand. This is your sunbird, feeling that nice diagonal stretch. Inhale, stretch a little further. On the exhale, crunch that left elbow into the right knee. Inhale, coming back up. Slow and intentional. Exhale, crunch it in. Sunbird. One more crunch, meet me at sunbird. Either hold your sunbird here and just fully extend, or you can bend into that right knee, reach behind with the left hand, grab the right foot, and kick in to that hand, opening up your heart. Kind of like a crisscross dancer. One more big breath here. And release the hand and the knee back down, pushing the hips back onto the heels and send the arms long, child's pose. Whenever in child's pose, really try and scan the body, seeing what's going on, anything that's bothering, not dwelling on it, just noticing. Coming to your own breath, always trying to match the inhale to the exhale. Inhale, coming up, tabletop. Straightening into the left leg, bringing it hip height, flexing that left foot. When you're ready, inhale the right arm up in front. Right palm is facing midline. Feeling that nice diagonal extension, sunbird on the opposite side. And we inhale, stretch a little bit further. Exhale, crunch that right elbow into the left knee. Inhale up, sunbird. Exhale. One more crunch, meeting me at sunbird. Holding your sunbird here and just breathing or bending into that left knee, reaching behind with the right hand, grabbing that left foot and kicking into the right palm. Opening up that heart again. Breathing, never holding the breath. One more breath. Releasing the hand and the knee back down, pushing back your hips onto your heels and sending the arms long, child's pose. While you're in child's pose, coming up to the tippies of your fingers and walking them over to your left, keeping the hips planted on those heels. Feeling a great, very nice stretch in the whole right side body. Coming back to the tippies of your fingers and walking them over like you're playing a piano. Right down the middle, neutral. 2 breaths, right down the middle. Inhale, coming back up, walking them over to the right now. And inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale, 2 breaths, straight down the center. Inhale up, tabletop. Straightening into your legs to your plank. Trying to keep the hips below the heart, wrists are below the shoulders. With a deep inhale, on the exhale, shifting the hips up and back, down dog. First down dog, let's pedal it out. Bending in each leg nice and slowly. Maybe coming up to your tippy toes and back down, doing windshield washers, whatever feels nice for your body. And coming to stillness. Looking between your hands, slowly step or hop up to a forward fold. At the top of your mat. At our first forward fold, grabbing the elbows, letting the crown of the head face the mat, and just swing side to side gently. Feeling that nice hinge right at the lower back. Releasing the hands down. Hands underneath the knees. Inhale, half lift. Nice straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Bending at the knees. Inhale, the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, a little back bend, opening up those shoulders. Inhale, the hands together. Exhale, down through heart center to your mountain. Your Tadasana. At our first Tadasana, where every pose comes from, let's inhale those shoulders up. Exhale, roll on down the back. Elbows hug the side body. Palms are facing forward. Quads are pulling those kneecaps up. Beautiful. You're at the top of your mat right now. Inhale the arms out and up. Hinging at the hips, leading with the heart. Forward fold, connect with the mat. Step back to your plank. For your first Chaturanga, I always encourage everyone to put your knees down at an angle. Flatten out those feet. At your first Chaturanga, on the exhale, we're bending at the elbows, lowering down the chest first, then the belly, then the feet. On the exhale, we're lifting those shoulders up into Cobra. You can see my hands can still lift. I'm really working that lower back. Or Seal, or Up Dog. Up Dog, your knees are up off the mat. Inhale, release back down, curling the toes. Exhale, Down Dog. Looking between the hands, step or hop up, forward fold. Hands underneath the knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending at the knees. Inhale, the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, a little back bend. Inhale, the hands together. Exhale, down through heart center to your mountain. Again, inhale, arms out and up. Hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, forward fold. Connect with the mat, step back to your plank. Your choice, knees can go down or stay up. We lower down chest, belly, feet. Take an inhale. On the exhale, we lift those shoulders up to Cobra, Seal, or Up Dog. Inhale, release down, curling the toes. Exhale, Down Dog. Looking between the hands, step or hop up, forward fold. Hands underneath the kneecaps. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending at the knees. Inhale, the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, a little back bend. Inhale, the hands together. Exhale, down through heart center to your mountain. Again, inhale, arms out and up. Hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, forward fold, connect with the mat. Step back to your plank. So this time, we're gonna do the more advanced one, which I believe Derek's probably been doing the whole time. So it's a little bit more difficult, but I would like everyone to try it because this is truly how the chaturanga should be done. So we inhale, pushing forward on our toes, our tippy toes. We're bending at the elbows, bringing them down to 90 degree. That's your inhale. Exhale, we roll the toes. Exhale, coming up to up dog. Inhale, bending at the elbows, rolling over the toes. Exhale, down dog. So your belly never ever touches the mat. Looking between your hands, step or hop up, forward fold. Hands underneath your knees, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending at the knees, inhale, arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, little back bend. Inhale the hands together. Exhale, down through heart center to your mountain. So whenever we go through a sun salutation, choose your style. You don't ever have to do what we're doing. Derek always kind of does his own thing, but I love practicing with him because he pushes me to be a better yogi. And I think I do the same for him. So, all right, let's inhale, arms out and up. Hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, forward fold, connect with the mat, step back to your plank. Your choice, you lower down however you choose. Exhale, chest, belly, feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, up dog, seal, or cobra. Inhale. Exhale, push back, down dog. Everyone's meeting in down dog, however you get there. And let's inhale that right leg up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, thread it through, runner's lunge. Runner's lunge, so your foot is underneath your heart. Your left foot is on the balls of the feet, but always feel free to let that left knee come down to the mat. Grounding down through the left hand. Let's inhale the right hand all the way up to the ceiling, twisting into that lunge. Just trying to stack the shoulders. Gaze follows the right fingertips. Always breathing. Releasing the right hand down on the inside of the right foot. Grounding down that right hand now. Inhale the left hand all the way up toward the sky. Opening up the pose now. Gaze follows the left fingertips. Releasing that left hand on down. Bracketing that right foot. When you're ready, inhaling the arms up, crescent warrior. Good. When you're in crescent, you want to always make sure that you're relaxing those shoulders down. Good. So I'm just going to come back a little bit from Derek so you can see him behind me. Right foot is forward, and I'm just sinking down my tailbone. Palms are facing each other. I'm actually going to face you guys, so I'll mirror you, and he's going to still be doing it to the side. So we inhale, reaching up toward the sky, and the exhale, letting the chest come over that front knee. Hands brush the mat back and up. Palms are facing the sky. This is called our drinking bird. We're squeezing those shoulders. Legs are still in crescent. And inhale those arms back up, same way they went. Crescent warrior. Sinking down, letting that tailbone just sink on down. Shoulders relaxed, crescent warrior, 3 breaths. Bracketing that right foot now. And stepping the right foot back to meet the left in plank. Letting the knees go as wide as the mat is, big toes touch, pushing the hips back onto the heels and setting the arms long. Wide-legged child's pose. And definitely scanning that body. Just breathing. Matching the inhale to the exhale. Water's back here. Inhale coming up. Tabletop. Straightening into those legs to your plank. With a deep inhale and the exhale, shifting the hips up and back, down dog. Inhaling the left heel up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, thread it through, runner's lunge. When you're ready, bringing those arms up to your crescent warrior on the opposite side. Oh, no. Sorry, my bad. Ground down the right hand next to the left foot. And when you're ready, inhaling the left hand up toward the ceiling. Gaze follows the left fingertips. Breathing into the twist. Releasing the left hand down on the inside of the left foot. Grounding down. Inhaling the right hand all the way up to the ceiling. Opening up the pose. Releasing that right hand on down, bracketing the left foot now. When you're ready, now raise those arms up to crescent warrior. Good. And remembering to let the shoulders relax down. Palms are facing each other. I'm gonna face you guys so you can see Derek from the side, me from the front. Good. Shoulders are above the hips. Inhale, reaching up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, let the chest come over that front thigh. Hands brush the mat back and up. Palms are facing the ceiling. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, drinking bird. Inhale, coming back up, same way you went in. Crescent warrior. Let's just sink on down. 3 breaths. And bracketing that left foot now, step the left foot back to meet the right. And knees can go either wide or straight down, pushing the hips back onto the heels and send the arms long, whatever child's pose you prefer. And coming back to your breath always. Inhale, coming up, tabletop, straightening into your legs to your plank. With a deep inhale on the exhale, shifting the hips up and back, down dog. Looking between your hands, step or hop up, forward fold. Hands underneath the knees, inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Bending at the knees, inhale, the arms all the way up, exhale, a little back bend. Inhale the hands together, exhale down through heart center to your mom. Preparing for a chair. You can grab a block if you have yoga blocks at home. If you don't need a block. It just kind of helps you with your alignment. And we'll kind of stagger so you can see both of us. If you do have a block, and it is nice because you squeeze it and it's engaging all of your leg muscles and it's putting your feet exactly where they need to be underneath your hips. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. So we inhale the arms out and up. Palms are facing each other. Exhale, bending at the knees, letting the tailbone sink on down. Looking at Derek, and I can see him from here, he's doing great. You want to tuck in that seat. So it's very easy to let the seat come out. We want to tuck it in because that forces your front core to work. Okay, most of the weight's in your heels, so you can lift your toes. It's kind of like if you're in a really dirty porta potty and you don't want to touch anything. Inhale, coming all the way up. It's in a Tadasana. Exhale, releasing all that air, lowering down to chair. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale. Moving on your breath. One more we're going to hold. Allowing the hands to connect up top. Exhale down to heart center. So you're at prayer, Anjali Mudra, right in front of the heart. And our next inhale, we're going to make space in the midsection and we're going to twist to the left. So we're twisting the whole body. We want the right elbow facing the floor, left elbows up toward the ceiling, looking down at your knees. If your right knee is ahead of the left, pull it back. You want the knees to be equal. That forces those glutes to work for you. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. One more big breath here. Inhale, coming all the way back up, same way you went in. Fully extended Tadasana. Exhale, lowering down to chair. Allowing the hands to connect up top. Exhale down to heart center. Again, on the next inhale, we're making space in the midsection. This time we're twisting to the right. So our left elbow is going down toward the floor, right elbow is toward the ceiling, looking down. That left knee is popping ahead. Just pull it on back. One more breath. Inhale, coming all the way up out of it, fully extended, coming up onto your tippy toes, maybe even letting that block. Woo, release on down, but don't trip over it. And letting the heels connect, exhale, hinging at the hips, connecting with the mat, stepping back to your plank, lowering down through your chaturanga, however you choose. Exhale, lowering down chest, belly, feet, take an inhale on the exhale, cobra, sealer, up dog. Inhale, release down, exhale, down dog. And I'll do a better hip practice. I promise next time we're just gonna do a gentle flow this time. We'll focus a little bit on hips, but I wanna make sure all of the practices are only an hour so it doesn't take too much out of your day. Let's inhale the right heel up toward the ceiling on the exhale. Let it through to a runner's lunge, spinning the left foot 90 degrees, and cartwheel those arms up to a warrior two. When in warrior two, you just want to make sure that that front knee is going toward your baby toes. Looking over the right fingertips, squeezing the shoulders gently together. Inhale, straighten into that right leg. Exhale, bend into it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Working on your breath. Never feeling rushed. Almost trying to settle the breath. One more we're going to hold. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Holding here. Flipping that right palm up into the air, facing the ceiling. Bringing the right arm up and over. Left hand can dangle down the left thigh or wrap around the waist. Reaching up and over for our exalted warrior. Feeling that great stretch on the right side. Floating back to warrior two. Letting the right forearm rest on that right thigh. Left arm comes up and over for your side angle. Always try to be mindful not to reach so far that you're letting the shoulder collapse. You want to come up and over. Gaze is always going to be up for your right angle, side angle. Inhale, getting ready for movement. Warrior two. Exhale, exalted. Inhale. Side angle. Exhale. Inhale. Exalted. Inhale. Side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Exalted. Warrior two. Side angle. One more flow, we're going to hold the side angle. Warrior two. Exalted. Warrior two. Side angle. For this side angle, we're holding it for 5 breaths so you can deepen in. You can drop that right hand down. Left arm comes up and over. You're just bringing the floor closer. You can even go down to a block. If you have a block to support, you can stay up here and just bend into that left arm, taking it to your lower back, looking up at the ceiling always. You can see Derek's in a bind behind me, so you would take that left hand, drop it behind your back, and reach through with that right arm. Your gaze is still up at the ceiling. So you'll feel all of these really in that front thigh. Beautiful job. 2 more breaths. If you're in a bind, releasing it, coming back. Warrior two. Straighten into that front leg. Woo! All right, preparing for our triangle. So possibly putting a block on the inside of that right ankle or on the outside, because we will be doing a reverse triangle after. So I like to always have the block there just in case for the reverse triangle. For a triangle, we inhale just the torso forward, dropping that right hand down. Left hand is up toward the ceiling, looking up at the left hand, being mindful not to lock that right knee. Inhale, coming up out of it. And exhale, going forward and twisting that left hand around. Now left hand goes down, right arm is up. We're twisting the whole body. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, warrior two. Grabbing a block. We're gonna go to half moon. So I would like everyone to use a block for this because it does bring your alignment in where it needs to be. So we're in warrior two. You reach down with that right hand. Here, I'll do the opposite, so I'm mirroring you. You reach down with that right hand. You're planting that right hand down, lifting the left leg up behind, straightening into that right leg, flexing the left foot, and then we open up those hips. Ooh, open up those hips. So there we go. Keep on breathing. If you want, you can do this pose up against a wall. You can get that sensation of the hips opening that way. Keep breathing into the pose. This is a peak pose, so it should feel like every muscle in your body is working. One more breath. And meeting me at forward fold when you're complete. Ooh, that feels good. All right, let's see, how much time do we have? We're doing good. All right, let's grab that block that you just had, and we're placing it right in front. We're in a forward fold, just using it for support right now, really. And let's go up to the balls of our right foot. So we're putting all of the weight in our left foot. And we inhale, extend through the right leg up, half split. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to extend. Exhale down. One more. After that, we're going to hold it. And inhale, extend, and possibly even lose the block. I'm going to try and face the crown of my head toward the mat. This allows my leg to go up a little bit further. I'm still breathing. One more breath. And releasing that foot on down. And stepping the legs back into a plank. Good. And rolling down into your chaturanga. So on the exhale, we're bending at the elbows, releasing the chest, belly, feet. Take an inhale. Cobra, seal, or up dog. Inhale, release down. Exhale, down dog. Inhale that left heel up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, thread it through, runner's lunge. Spinning that right foot now, 90 degrees, cartwheel those arms up. Good. Warrior two on the opposite side. Checking in with the alignment though, the knees going toward the baby toes. Looking over those left fingertips. Inhale, straighten into that left knee. Exhale, bend in. Inhale. Exhale. Working on your breath. One more, we're gonna hold it. Holding here. Letting the left palm flip up. And we take that left arm up and over. Right hand can diggle down the right leg or wrap around the body. This is your exalted warrior. Feeling the great stretch in the left side body. Releasing back to warrior two. Left arm rests on the left thigh, bringing the right arm up and over, opening up that shoulder. Side angle. Preparing for movement on this side. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to exalted. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Exalted. Warrior two. Side angle. Warrior two. Exalted. Warrior two. Side angle. One more flow. We're going to hold the side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold here. Remembering that you can drop down that left hand, just keeping that right shoulder open. You can bring a block over to bring the floor closer. You can take the right hand, bending at the elbow and looking up at that ceiling, just resting the hand on your lower back. Or you can go all the way to a bind, which Derek always goes to because he's a madman. So you reach down and you grab that hand underneath. Shoulders still need to be open though. So if you're doing a bind and you find yourself like this, you're kind of compromising the pose. So you much rather just have an open side angle or just resting on your back, getting ready for the bind. Breathing into this pose. 2 more breaths. If you're in a bind, releasing it, coming back up, warrior two, straightening into that leg. Woo! All right, I'm gonna grab a block just for my reverse triangle. If you need it though for your triangle, put it on the inside of your ankle. And we inhale, just the torso forward, dropping that left hand down, right arm is up. And I should be mirroring you, I'm sorry. Gaze is up at the top fingertips. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, reverse triangle, so just the torso, and we twist around. So now the right hand is going down, left arm is up, trying to stack those shoulders. Inhale, coming all the way up out of it. Exhale, warrior two. Grabbing that block in your left hand, right? And then we plant the block with our left hand, lifting up the right leg behind us, flexing that right foot, straightening into the left leg, and then we open up those hips. Open up those hips. And breathe. Two more breaths. Meeting me at forward fold when you're complete. And connecting with the mat, stepping your left foot back. Actually, yeah, step your left foot back. And then walk your hands, step your right foot back. I'm sorry, go back to forward fold. Step your right foot back. There. Walk your hands over to the long side of the mat so you're in a wide-legged forward fold. And here you can heel toe your feet however you want them to be. Some people like to go down to their forearms. Some like to reach for their ankles. Just as long as you're trying to get the crown of your head or top facing the mat. Not touching the mat, but facing it. It increases that hinge of the hips, which feels great on the back. So make this your own. One more breath here. And finding your hands on the mat. Then hands go to the hips. Inhale the torso up. Heel toe your feet so that your toes are pointed toward the corners of your mat. Preparing for goddess. Your hips are nice and open now from doing the warrior two. Well, the dancing warrior flow with warrior two. On the exhale, we're bending at the knees, lowering the tailbone down. You want to make sure that the knees are always going toward the baby toes. If you feel like your knees are collapsing like that, you want to adjust your feet so that they're going toward those baby toes. Also, you can see my seat's kind of tucked out. I want to tuck that tailbone in. That forces that front core to work, always. So goddess isn't just about squatting and putting that seat out, it's about tucking that tailbone. Good. Once you find your form, inhale coming up, allowing the arms to come up and over the head. Exhale, bending at the elbows, just the arms to cactus arms. 90 degrees, squeezing the shoulder blades. You should feel really strong in the front, like somebody could fling pennies off of your chest. This is goddess arms. Inhale, coming all the way up, 5-pointed star. Exhale, lower down, full goddess, bending at the knees and the arms. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, full goddess. Inhale. Exhale, full goddess. Inhale. Oh my God, it's a double bicycle. What are those called? Inhale. What?
A bicycle.
Exhale. One more we're gonna hold. It's like when two people can ride one bicycle. It's going by us right now. Tandem. Exhale, hold this goddess. We're holding it, tucking in that tailbone. If you need more, you can always lift those heels, which the madman behind me always does. I'm just gonna focus on my form, just tucking that tailbone, breathing. One more big breath. Inhale, coming all the way up, 5-pointed star, letting the hands connect up top. Exhale, just waterfall, roll it on down to a wide-legged forward fold. And heel toe those feet out if you want. Matching your inhale to your exhale. One more breath here. And finding your hands on the mat, and let's walk them back over our right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. And your choice of child's pose. Either the legs go straight down or they go wide. And push those hips back onto the heels. Extend the arms long, wide-legged, or regular child's pose. Really?
Sorry, man.
Oh my God. We can't hear this.
Yeah, you can.
I guess it makes it more lifelike, right? All right. And let's walk those hands back so that the shoulders are up above the hips are above the heels. And surrendering to one side, allow the feet to come out in front to a staff pose.
Definitely not Denise Austin.
D nice. And shifting around any kind of goodness that you have back there. And feet are flexed, so we're still working the body right now. We have 15 minutes left, so we need to do a little bit more, and then we're going to cool down and have our Shavasana. So we inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinging forward. So it's a forward fold. We're not committing though. We're straight ahead. Okay. Back is nice and straight. We're not curving. We're going straight forward. Inhale, coming right back up, neutral. This time engage the core. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale up. Exhale. Forward. And inhale up. Exhale. Moving on the breath.
Moving on.
Inhale up. Exhale. One more flow. We're gonna hold the forward fold, and you can totally commit then. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale up. Exhale. Grabbing onto possibly the feet, the ankles, the calves, the thighs, but never the knees, and release the head. On your next inhale, releasing and just rolling those shoulders up. That one felt good for me. Allowing the hands to go to the mat. And bending at the knees, letting the upper back come down. Heels are still close to the hips. Palms are face down for support. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're shifting those hips up into a bridge. Inhale, we release them down, just letting each vertebrae touch. Exhale, shift those hips up. Inhale. Exhale, bridge. Inhale. Exhale. One more, we're going to hold it. Exhale, shift them up. This time, start rolling your shoulders underneath your body. And you can take a bind behind, but you don't need to for it to be a bridge. You still should be able to breathe, okay? But by rolling those shoulders underneath, you're actually protecting the neck. You're putting the weight of the body on the shoulders. And just hold and breathe. With the next inhale, releasing the bind if you're in one, and slowly rolling the hips on down. Once the hips connect, let's inhale, roll them up toward the shoulders, and just rock side to side, up and down, whatever feels nice. Sorry. All right. And now we're going to go into a shoulder stand. So the correct way to go into a shoulder stand would be even to have your hands just like you're going to go into a bridge. But now I'm inhaling the knees like I'm going to touch my knees to my nose. And I shift up and I'm putting my hands behind my lower back and I roll my shoulders. Now, don't go into a full shoulder stand until your shoulders are rolled underneath. See how I'm like supporting myself? Then I can extend my legs. Only if you choose to. You don't have to. You can kind of stay like this. You can do some crazy leg lifts. And when you're complete, bending at the knees and releasing down gently, one vertebrae at a time, no rolling out cannonballs. So gently, there. And for one last one, we're gonna do a supported bridge. So grab your block, if you have one. If you don't, really a binder would work, or a book, like just this, try and get it that high and then that big. This is the best way to do it. Some people like to go up to this level, but I always like doing this because it feels better to me and it's the lowest modification. You can go up to this level or even to the mama level, right? But that's like a huge back bend. So get your heels close to your hips, take an inhale, on the exhale, we shift those hips up. And this time we're putting the block underneath our sacrum, which is our triangle, where like our bikini is. And you wanna make sure that it feels nice, doesn't hurt. And then I want you to take your feet out as wide as the mat is, and then let your knees knock. You should feel like your hips are being turned in, and that's exactly what we're doing. It feels amazing. I love this. It's kind of the same sensation when we do eagle. If you're like, I want more, you can also extend those legs long toward the corners of the mat. And this will give you more of a back bend underneath, but a supported one. And just breathe into it. And if your legs are extended long, bring them back toward your hips. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we shift those hips back up, taking the block from underneath and gently releasing the hips back on down. Once you're connected, bring those shins up towards your chest again and just rock around a little bit. Maybe even doing circles on your spine, back and forth, up and down, whatever you want. Then release the knees again. So it almost looks like you're going to go into a bridge, but we're just cooling off now with a reclined pigeon. Take that right ankle, put it on top of the left thigh, like you're reading a newspaper. Reach through, grab that left hamstring or left shin, and reconnect the shoulders back on down. If you want to take it further, you could reach around both legs. Derek likes to do, he's very, very flexible. He does jujitsu, and so he's constantly rolling around with men on the mat.
Problem?
This is the outside of the right hip you should be feeling. This is your reclined pigeon. So you shouldn't feel anything in the knees or anything like that.
Oh.
This could also be a modification. You could just stay here where you're not doing anything if it's too much. And releasing your hands, letting your feet, your left foot come down, hands come out to a T. Your right ankle is still on top of that left thigh. You're gonna left that right ankle, drift over to the left, taking the left thigh with it. Shoulders are grounded, looking up or over the right shoulder. Feeling a great twist and an openness in that right hip. We're ending just in time. It's getting so dark. Inhale, coming back up. And untangling those legs. Let's give them a little hug in. Releasing the back. And let the right foot come back down. Left ankle goes on top of the right thigh. And we reach through, grabbing the right hamstring or the right shin and reconnect those shoulders. My God. My God. I'm gonna need another assistant soon. So if anyone would like to come and be in my practice,
Somebody more serious.
somebody more serious, not trying to ruin everything.
Not
I'm
to
just-
name any names or anything.
Not to name any names. But you know what? It's all natural. And at least, all I can say is at least the garage door is open. Releasing the right leg, letting that come down, arms come out to a T, grounding down the shoulders, letting the left foot drift over to the right, taking the right thigh with it, creating a twist, gazes up or over the left shoulder, it does. By the way, we're coming to you from Tempe, Arizona, and that's why it's so nice out right now. A little warm. I get a sweat going.
It's 72.
72 degrees.
Oh, we're sweating because we're doing your yoga, baby.
I know. And inhale back up. Untangling those legs and let's hug them in tight. You can start rocking again. I'm just checking on the time. Possibly doing like happy baby, which is just grabbing either the big toes. You can grab the inside or outside of the feet and you're just kind of messing around. Bending into each leg. Rolling up and down on the spine. Once you feel complete, finding your Shavasana. So if you suffer from any sort of lower back pain, I would highly recommend putting any kind of a blanket or a beach towel underneath your knees. Ooh, we're losing light quick. I'm glad that we're almost done. And put it underneath your knees, and then that actually releases that pressure in your lower back. You can also put them up on a couch or a table. You can also put legs up the wall, so you're putting your legs just up the wall and the hips are right against the wall. Derek just likes to take quirks. And you want to give yourself this time because you're letting the body soak in to everything that we just did. I'm going to just do an easy pose where I'm sitting. So you find your Shavasana. I'm going to give you 5 minutes just to let your body soak. and nourish, coming to your breath, matching the inhale to the exhale. Allowing your inhale to become a little longer, your exhale a little more complete. Begin wiggling your fingers and your toes, Maybe making wrist circles or ankle circles, taking a deep stretch up overhead as if awakening from a very restful sleep. And rolling to one side of your choice, being in the most comforting, healing position the body can be in, the fetal position. When you're ready, lifting yourself up to easy pose where we first began, sitting upright comfortably on your mat. Gently allowing the hands to go beside the hips. Inhaling the arms out and up. One last time, letting the hands connect up overhead. Exhale down to heart center. Hands at prayer. I'm very honored to be joining you in our practice this Sunday evening, March 22nd, I believe it is.
Yay.
I know, we've made it. I hope that you keep on joining us for our practice. Have a great week. Namaste.